At 62, Melissa Gilbert reveals it all. I thought I already knew Melissa Gilbert's story. I was wrong. The biggest surprise wasn't what happened on Little House on the Prairie. It was what happened after the cameras stopped rolling. For decades, millions of Americans believed they knew Melissa Gilbert. She was Laura Ingalls, the spirited little girl racing through fields, laughing with her family, reminding everyone what kindness looked like. But here's the strange part. Melissa has spent most of her adult life trying to convince people that Laura was only a character. And at 62, she finally seems comfortable telling people who she really is. The funny thing is, when I started digging into her life, I realized that almost everything people associate with Melissa Gilbert came with a hidden cost. Success, fame, even beauty. None of it gave her the peace people assumed she had. Long before she became America's favorite prairie girl, Melissa's story began with a question that stayed with her for years. Who am I? She was adopted just one day after she was born and raised by actor Paul Gilbert and actress Barbara Crane. Hollywood wasn't something she dreamed about. It was simply the world around her. Commercials came first, then auditions. Then, before she even reached her 10th birthday, everything changed. Out of hundreds of young actresses, she landed the role of Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie. It's hard to imagine now, but that role didn't just make her famous. It became her identity. Millions watched her grow up every week. While other kids worried about school dances or homework, Melissa was spending long days on television sets, balancing filming with classroom lessons squeezed into production schedules. I kept thinking about that. How do you discover who you are when the whole country already believes they know you? That question never really left her. One of the most important people in her life during those years was Michael Landon. Their relationship wasn't just professional. Melissa has often described him as a father figure. He encouraged her, protected her, helped shape the young actress everyone admired. His influence lasted far beyond the final episode of the series. Years later, she would name one of her sons after him. That tells you everything about what he meant to her. But while viewers saw warmth on screen, life behind the scenes wasn't always simple. Melissa later revealed that, as an adult, she learned painful truths about her family's past that had been hidden from her when she was young. Finding out those secrets forced her to rethink parts of her childhood she had always accepted without question. And honestly, I can't imagine how unsettling that must have been. Sometimes the hardest discoveries aren't about strangers. They're about your own family. After Little House ended, Melissa faced another battle. Escaping Laura Ingalls. Hollywood loves putting actors into neat little boxes. If audiences love you as one character, the industry often wants you to stay there forever. Melissa wanted something different. She took dramatic roles, more mature roles, characters that looked nothing like the cheerful girl in braids. Some projects succeeded, others disappeared after only a season. But the public still saw Laura first. Imagine spending decades introducing yourself, only for everyone to answer with the name of someone you played as a child. That kind of pressure slowly builds, and eventually, it takes a toll. Melissa has written openly about struggling with insecurity during those years. She questioned herself, compared herself to others, tried to fit into Hollywood's impossible expectations. Like so many performers, she chased an image that never seemed quite good enough. Looking back, she admitted that she turned to alcohol during one of the most difficult periods of her life. What struck me wasn't the addiction itself. It was her honesty. She didn't try to make herself look heroic. She talked about embarrassment, mistakes, moments she wished she could erase. Recovery didn't happen overnight. It required therapy, support, and a willingness to admit she needed help. That's not always easy, especially for someone the public has viewed as strong since childhood. Then came another chapter almost nobody saw coming. Instead of fighting age, Melissa stopped fighting altogether. In a world obsessed with looking younger, she decided to go in the opposite direction. She has spoken openly about cosmetic procedures she once believed would make her happier. But eventually she realized something unexpected. The more she tried to erase the signs of aging, the less she recognized the woman staring back at her. That realization changed everything. She stopped chasing perfection, stopped trying to freeze time, stopped worrying about every wrinkle, and honestly, that might have been one of the bravest decisions of her career, especially in Hollywood. Melissa eventually left Los Angeles behind and embraced a quieter life, far from the constant pressure of the entertainment industry. Gardening, cooking, spending time outdoors, building a slower, more intentional life. It's amazing how different success can look at different stages of life. When she was younger, success meant television ratings, awards, magazine covers. Now it seems to mean waking up somewhere peaceful and feeling comfortable in her own skin. I think that's something a lot of people understand once they've lived long enough. The definition changes. Melissa also found new purpose through writing. Her memoir, Prairie Tale, surprised many readers because it wasn't polished to protect an image.